What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 266. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
And I'm here with Adam.
And this week we watched Uncharted.
Finally.
Yeah. Some missed opportunities with this flick.
So, I haven't played the game.
No.
No,
I've seen gameplay, so I know it's like Tomb Raider, kind of like.
well,
Yeah.
I know our confidant
Yeah.
Corey. He was big on the games, and whenever I would hear any news about him, it would be through him.
Same.
Yeah. Always positive though.
Yeah, like it was always, it was a case of like, hey, you guys should play. Like it was always positive things. But if Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 hadn't came out and shown that a video game can make a decent movie,
Yeah.
I would have been like, we're still in the gutter with that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean they really, they did a lot with Sonic. My whole thing with this was like, I don't know much about the story or anything like that. Like I know who Nathan Drake is. I don't know anything other than who Nathan Drake is. But I do have an idea of like, okay, it's kind of like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
It's like
Indiana
this
Jones.
Indiana Jones. Yeah, this
Yeah.
third person action adventure game where you're
National Treasure.
you find treasures, you're uncovering, the mysteries of the ancient world and finding these hidden
Picking pirate ships up with helicopters and shit. Like,
yeah, right.
And how they didn't just crumble.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know they had to be dry rotted.
No
way.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
If we can take a minute to pick at straws here, man.
How'd they get them in there?
First off, why didn't any of this shit? Even like they just kept whipping Magellan's book out like it was their fucking sister's diary from fucking high school, man. Like the pages would have been ripped.
Yeah.
And, like they treated a lot of these artifacts
notes,
like they. Yeah.
Well, they were throwing the crosses around. Like, isn't gold like?
Oh, it's pretty soft, dude.
Yeah, isn't it very fragile? Like,
well.
Dude, when he did the thing with the map where he stuck them in there and they both pointed, I went, "What the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!"
But and here's my thing too: the bad guy of this movie switched hands like 6 fucking times, dude.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't believe she cut his throat.
First we were like, okay, it's gonna be one of those. Mark Wahlberg's gonna be like the bad guy's right under his nose the whole film.
Yeah.
Then it switches to the chick.
You let her take the cross?
And then it cuts to fucking Puss in Boots and company. And like I don't know, it's just like they were like, man,
his character, didn't they? Like,
oh dude, whenever they slit his throat, I'm like, why would you kill the highest paid actor in the film?
Yeah.
Then I realized backstory.
Then I realized that I answered my own question because he was expensive, and that fucking plane scene cost a lot of goddamn money.
Yeah, right.
Which was cool. The moments where it kept centering around that plane sequence, though. Like, I mean, it was good shit. I mean, the set pieces were cool.
Yeah, but they revisit. So they do that cold open kind of thing with the plane sequence. Then they revisit the plane sequence, which like it would have been nice if they would have had another sequence like that wasn't on the plane, because it felt like we're going to center the whole movie around this plane, right?
Yeah.
And like that's going to be
it didn't matter though.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, like
well, I was expecting a sequence where maybe we would get like some cool, like they're somewhere in like the ruins of the Philippines, like they come across this area, they got to use the keys again, and like some I was expecting one more location change.
And like the end of nobody ever went in that cave. It just never happened. For like
nobody wandered off.
Yeah,
no local.
No fisherman was like, "Wonder what's in there."
Yeah.
I bet the fishing's fine in that holler, dude.
Yeah. No one ever went in there but the Google car.
Right.
Google car. There's footage from
And
it.
it quickly turned around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
Dude, how'd the ships get in there? Because he had to swim through that little hole to even get into the big cave.
Well,
did the water rise? I mean,
that's what I'm thinking, man. I'm certainly no specialist in that kind of shit, but I assume there had to have been a period where maybe entry was a lot easier than now in modern day.
Yeah. I mean, they drove the boat up in there.
They did,
but at first glance, it's like, man, like, no, but I see what Adam was saying though, because that's the thing though. They're in like one of those little like 90s action speedboats.
Yeah.
But these big ass fucking vessels, dude, are just chilling in the middle of this. Like there's no entry for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna just headcanon that maybe, you know, sea levels and
rocks,
plate tectonics.
Yeah.
No, man, Magellan had them airlifted by Da Vinci.
The same technology used to build the pyramids.
Yeah. So, that's, but I mean, on the whole, like me not knowing much about it, like it was a very B, like to today's standards, a B action flick. You remember that series that was on maybe it was TBS called The Librarian?
Yeah.
It was like The Librarian, but they spent more money.
Way more.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was kind of like that. That's kind of what it reminded me of. And like for a stupid popcorn movie and just sit back and shut your brain off, I was in it. Like it just continued to get more and more over the top. And I'm just like, okay, like, and the thing that I really wanted them to elaborate on most was like the history of everything, right? And like Tom Holland's 25 years old in the movie. Okay. He knows stuff about history that like I'm assuming that most history people, like history majors, don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But only at the beginning of the movie. For some reason he stopped doing that.
Yeah. But that's the trick though there, Griffin. You were expecting the Encyclopedia Britannica, but what we got was Wikipedia.
Yeah,
he was Googling it. That's what he was doing. The human head weighs 8 pounds. Huh?
The Elon implant. He's like, but no, I mean for a popcorn movie, I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
Terrible,
but I will say that if I wasn't bound to coming on here and talking with you guys about it, probably would have shut it off.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have watched it at all.
Yeah, well,
the other night when they were going to talk about it, I was like, you can say whatever you want to say. You're not going to spoil it for me. I don't care.
Wasn't there an article where Tom Holland basically came out and said, look, if this movie sucks, I tried.
Yeah. He did say that. Yeah.
Well, he did a good job.
Yeah. And I mean, Mark Wahlberg, like they were doing what they could.
Yeah. Holland absolutely. I mean, he nailed it. I mean, granted, it's still in that phase where when you see him, you're like, that's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was buff, wasn't he?
But I do see this is one of those films, those stepping stone films for people who have a major IP under their belt. Because we know that the guy can act. He can act his ass off. Like we've seen all of his more serious drama films.
Yeah.
But I see him eventually, like he has the potential to be the next generation's blockbuster guy.
Yeah.
Like, this movie's coming out with Tom Holland. Everybody's gonna, fucking ass over elbows to the theater for it.
Yeah.
They even had Mark Wahlberg there to pass the torch. He's the old guy, can't run anymore, can't see. He's like, I need my glasses, I can't see. It's like it's right there in front of your face.
Didn't a lot of people think that he was gonna be Drake?
Yeah. I mean, because like, isn't Sully like, I don't know, maybe 30 years older, maybe 35 years, like he's way older. way
I
older.
think in the games, yeah. When you see the artwork, there's an older dude there.
Yeah.
And he's the shitty guy that's like, well, the
Yeah.
gold. I think he could have kept the gold and saved him. That's just me, though. I would have found a way.
Yeah.
But
know,
he had to have his redemption arc.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why, though. I don't think it's going to get another one, but.
Oh, no. And
Even the
that's
little
the thing,
thing
too.
with the brother at the end, they show the brother's in jail somewhere.
Yeah.
So he shit on him and left him behind. He's locked up. Like, so he like redeemed himself, but
did he though?
Shitty, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna. I got a trivia for you here, real quick, Trav.
Okay.
How many people do you think wrote this movie? Was involved in the writing process at one point or another?
So I'm gonna say like 4, 5 people.
Very close. It was 6. You know, and
Well,
like
somebody should have just been demoted to just getting the coffee for the day.
Well, 4 of them, either 3 or 4 of them. This is the first like writing credit that they have.
I mean, if it's your first movie, I mean, I guess it's a cool credit to have.
Yeah,
Probably paid well.
Oh, I'm sure.
But why didn't they get someone that was like, you know, a labor of love, dude, like really into the game, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that was something I was going to point out too, as far as labor of love, because the ship and like the ship transport sequence, the plane situation, both of those sequences, and I know a lot of it, you know, it was obviously a shit ton of green screen, but the movie looked great. The polish on the film looked good to the point where I felt like the visual effects people took it as a labor of love. It's the script, man.
Yeah.
I think it could have used a couple more location changes.
Yes.
Yeah, it did seem kind of rushed.
Because I mean, because as far as performance-wise from Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, there was no problem there. It was all it all had to do with the writing. Because, I mean, an actor can only do so much with what they're given.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, you can't hold them to blame, clearly. Because they both look like they weren't fun. They look like they as actors, they looked like they were having a good time playing the roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, a few more location changes, maybe flesh out relationships a little more, rather than just, oh, she's gonna double cross you. No, he's gonna double cross you. Oh,
Dude,
we're not gonna give away this one.
crossing.
We're not giving this one detail away because there wouldn't be a movie.
Yeah.
Whenever she cut Antonio Banderas' throat, his whole crew just looked at her like, okay.
Yeah.
And it was like,
no,
nobody's loyal? What about the fucking Irish dude?
We followed
and that's
right.
And that's where I got confused. Who does she even serve now?
She worked.
Yeah. Herself.
I mean, and even on a self-serving thing, like, does she know who to contact? Does she know the people that's going to get this stuff?
Ships? Like,
yeah, like, how are you? How are you
the whole
going
thing?
to go?
How they were going to deliver them to that boat? Remember the big boat that was there? And she was like, "We're on our way." It's like, who the fuck is that?
Well, I mean, here's my thing. If you remember there at the end when we lose the boats, because it was funny because I called it kinda. I was telling my oldest, we were both watching it. I said, because when that whole thing's happening, they're ramming it into each other. I was like, here's what's going to happen. One of them boats is going, like, it's not going to end with them landing it somewhere. Like, that boat's going to sail, you know?
Yeah.
And then when it hits the ground and sails for a few minutes and all that stuff, and then they start breaking, I'm like, thank God they honored the fact that it was fucking old. Of course it couldn't sail.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, how do you start that conversation? Yeah, so I stole 2 of Magellan's boats from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Because whenever the boats hit the water and
belongs to them now.
Yeah, he says, yeah, it's property of the
Yep,
Philippines.
here they come. They were like, ringing the horn, like, back off.
And then dude just starts pulling. I'll say, of all the quippy stuff that they built up to in the entire movie, the pickpocket shit, that was funny. We start pulling all that gold out. He was like, hey, I got this. Oh, I got this too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here's some bubble gum, you little dickhead.
Yeah.
Like,
so he was a bartender, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
how did
hey.
he get so ripped and, like, he could just parkour? Like, where did that come from?
It's all that training he was doing in the montage.
Well, what they don't tell you is that secretly Nathan Drake is Peter Parker, and we're watching a Spider-Man movie without a Spider-Man. No, honestly though,
his action scenes were good.
I want to see Tom Holland in a remake of Cocktail.
Okay,
It
yeah.
had Cocktail vibes. Yeah, when he started doing that, I was like, fucking Tom Cruise, Tom Holland, let's go.
I mean,
like, I see him becoming a Tom Cruise type like actor. Like he's gonna hit those avenues, man. Well, I mean, think about it. Guy does most of his own stunts.
Yeah.
He does all of these, like the movies that he does are physically demanding. The blockbuster ones are.
Yeah.
High stunt coordination required, I mean, it just kind of seems like I see where that's going with him, his trajectory. And I think he's got the ability to do it. The guy's got the charisma. I mean,
yeah.
And at the end of the day, regardless of how popular superhero films are, it takes some serious balls to strap on a Spider-Man suit and get in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Literally. Like it really, like it does. Like any of these movies, like there has to be those moments, man. No matter how badass the production looks,
yeah,
where they step out of the trailer. Chris Hemsworth, he's dressed in full Thor regalia. Fucking RDJ's got his goddamn, semi fucking like motion cap pieces of the Iron Man armor and stuff. And there's got to be a moment where they step out and in their head, their heart of hearts, they're just like, I look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing?
Remember he said that in that one article. He's like, I can't fucking dress like that forever. I mean,
yeah,
it's, like, once you hit a certain age, what do you say? He didn't want to be like 30 playing Spider-Man?
I mean, he's getting there.
I think he's got at least 1 to 2 more Spider-Man films. And then if he called it quits, which honestly, the way No Way Home ended, if they wanted to reboot Spider-Man with another actor, I'd be okay with it. I mean, keep telling Tom Holland's storyline and timeline and just having a fresh face as it. Like, I mean, No Way Home was a good ending for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it because the reason why I say 1 to 2 more films is because now we have the Spider-Man we know.
Yeah.
Like the one we know and love, the one everybody, you know what I mean?
We just now got the character.
Yeah. Yeah, like and that's that and that's and if you and I guess if you look at comic movies as the genre as a whole now, like that's the hard part of making that whole concept even work.
Yeah.
Is all these trilogies are the character development for these heroes so that we can start having the movies where you ain't got to explain shit.
Yeah.
Other than what's necessary for the plot. It's like, why the fuck is this shit coming out of Iron Man's armor? It's like, well, we got 3 movies showing us that the motherfucker's an inventor. Like,
yeah.
It's an invention. Like,
yeah. I think what they'll end up doing, I think what Tom Holland will end up doing is he'll do another Spider-Man trilogy, right? And what I think they'll do is they'll do the first one and then they'll film the second 2 back to back. And the last of the trilogy will finish up his arc as Spider-Man. And I think in the meantime that he will be in like maybe like 2 or 3 more crossovers. I think we'll get 6 more appearances out of him as Spider-Man before he calls it quits. And if they do that, I think that would be sufficient.
Yeah.
For his
and you got to think also between all those appearances, because that's when you think about 6 appearances in all these different films, that's a lot of time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Years.
Now, granted, some of those can be filmed all at once. I get that and whatnot, and I'm sure there's contingencies in place to be able to cover stuff like that. Obviously, like I feel like Marvel is probably so ingrained with how they're cultivating their story now that they have ideas of like, all right, well, if we're getting somebody, if this is our main guy for this character that's in this long run, here's how we need to do this before first off this motherfucker gets burnt out, because that's really what all these actors and actresses have from being in the MCU, man. It's burnout.
Yeah.
Because it's all like when they get ready for those movies, it's just that's all they fucking live and breathe. And I get it. You do that shit for 10 fucking years and it's the only goddamn thing you're doing.
Yeah.
And you maybe have 6-7 months out of the year to squeeze in those couple of serious principal photographies.
And no cheat days because you got to stay in shape.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw an article where, because somehow Chris Evans returning as Captain America is in the headlines, and that, I mean, dude, don't fuck with that. His run as Captain America is done. It's good. It's like where it ends with him. There needs no like elaboration. And I mean, they just spent 10 fucking episodes, I think, explaining to us now why Falcon should be Captain America and is Captain America. So let's just keep move forward. Don't bring him back.
Well,
Leave
if you're
Steve
gonna
alone.
get the band back together, wait longer. Make it special.
Yeah.
You know, go another 10 years and it's like, oh, here's these people again. Remember them? And it's like, yeah, cool, bye. You know?
Yeah, and I'm not saying like
something like
and I'm
that,
saying like
but...
I would feel like the best thing for Chris Evans returning as Captain America in any capacity.
If they show you what he was doing when he was time traveling, when he went back.
I kind of want that to be, for sure. But I kind of want that mystery to remain a mystery, man, and just kind of go on the idea. Kind of go on the idea that Captain America is such an honest character that he fulfilled the mission. Yeah, he fulfilled the mission, but he took his slice of the pie too and went back to Peggy.
Yeah,
like I like to look at it that way. But I mean, it would be very poignant if we have some point down the road where we have some version of the heroes, some iteration of the Avengers or some shit. They're in the low end of the movie. They ain't got their confidence and shit. And there's just a moment where they go sit down with this guy. It's like, somebody wants to talk to you, whatever. And you'd have to time it right, obviously, for it to be the right impact. But they go into like, I don't know, a diner or do something like, you can even make it comical to a degree and then steer the dialogue into serious territory.
Yeah.
But have them walk in and it's old man Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
And you have like the OG Captain America telling the new guard, y'all fucking got this. Like, don't forget what you like. And he even breaks down like, some sort of impassioned moment where it was like, when we were, when me and Tony had our differences, like, little shit like that, dude. And like cash in on the fucking fandom and the attention that the fans give to these movies.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like something like that where he don't have to necessarily bulk up, put on the fucking suit and shield and what he could be old man Cap and show up later on. And I feel like that would be more suiting or more suitable. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know we've steered from Uncharted heavily here, but it's hard. It just shows you that it's really hard to look at Tom Holland right now and not see Spider-Man. And I'm sure he fucking hates that.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's his cash cow, though.
I mean, once you get that kind of money, you'll learn to live with it for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and not only that though, but like the stuff that he's done other than Uncharted has proven that he is someone to take seriously as an actor.
Yeah.
With The Devil All the Time. What was that movie that they did? Cherry. Yeah.
That was I like Cherry a lot.
Isn't that the dude? Yeah.
No, I'm trying to remember it. That's the one where
they were on
the Skarsgård's his father.
No, that was The Devil All the Time.
Yeah.
That movie. Okay, never mind. Cherry was great, but Devil All the Time, dude, that
was fucking good.
That's when Holland got my attention.
Yeah. He took it to the next level. So I mean, if I'm him, and I'm young and able to do something like that and enjoying it, he knows he's not going to play Spider-Man forever. I would milk it for every
Yeah.
fucking penny I could while I could.
Well, oh man, for sure. And I feel like and like the whole thing where he goes out of his way to like he'll suit up like a lot of the other Disney obligated actors or whatever. Like they'll do like the Make a Wish Foundation shit, and they'll show up to like a small a child that's a fan, and they'll show up and be their hero around them for a little bit, man. That's cool shit, and that's reputable, and it's cool that those playing that character gives him a platform to do it, and he chooses to do it.
Yeah.
So whether it be, I don't want to look at it like actors are nefarious. I know like there's it's easy to shit on the celebrity because it's kind of been like a good low hanging. It's a good low hanging fruit to fucking punch down on, and I laugh at every fucking joke, man. But like on the real though, the way he can do stuff like that. I mean, like that's cool that the actors that go that far with it.
Because they don't get paid to do that.
Yeah, there's something to be
That's
said
out of
for
the
shit
kindness
like
of their
that.
heart, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's buying their ticket to heaven.
What's cool about like him? You remember when? I think it was in one of Kevin Smith movies when fucking Affleck was like, "Well, first you do the fucking, you do the big movie to get the big money, then you can go off and fucking make Good Will Hunting." Like, because he's locking it in. Like he'll be future proof, and then he can just go off and make little. Because he didn't make shit for that Devil All the Time movie, probably. Like, but he got to show off his shit. And then there was some movie that he wants to make with his brother. I've heard him talk about it.
They bought the rights to that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to make a movie, so.
But
I would rake it in while I could, that's for sure. Like this movie.
Yeah.
He may, playing Spider-Man's a dream.
I mean, and when you think about it too, man, like it's not like it's anything surprising when you hear these actors that want to hang up the cape on stuff like that, because it's not like, oh, something has happened. It's like, no, dude, they're just being open about their trajectory as an actor.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to show you that I got more than this. Like,
yeah, and I think the person that's gonna set the standard and show how it's done is gonna be Michael Keaton, man.
Yeah.
He did Batman and Batman Returns, fucked off from superheroes for a long fucking time.
Long time.
Came back as bad guy first.
Yeah.
Smart move. Played Vulture, whatever. And now he's gonna put on the cowl for Batman again.
Yep.
And
we'll do Beetlejuice again. I
mean, assuming this Flash movie even comes out with the crazy shit Ezra Miller's been doing.
Come out. But he's done.
I just don't want some weird protest where it's like, all right, well, in spite of all this stuff that's happened, we're not even putting the movie out. And I'd be like, what the fuck?
Y'all know they can't find him, right?
I think he's fled the country. I
saw
something. Part of me thought that was bullshit, but he is on the lam.
That's what they're saying. That they can't find him. They can't serve him like the subpoenas and shit. Like, dude, he held some chick prisoner or something and was like grooming her. Like, he did some weird shit,
And that sucks because he does. Snyder cut Ezra Miller was a good Barry Allen.
Yeah.
And I feel like this Flash movie is gonna rip.
We all saw it coming though. With the crazy fucking articles and clips and
ever since man. Ever since the video where he said that really vague death threat to the Klan, which I mean,
like, what are you talking about, dude?
I mean, I know we ended up, I know we ended up watching the movie that they said that he was like he was getting into the role for. Like that was did that end up being some sort of not a cover, I guess, but some explanation for why his behavior was so weird and erratic at the time, and now it's just kind of snowballed into he's been him.
Yeah, I think
it had something to do with some movie. Because I think they were in North Carolina.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we've seen it or it's come out yet. But you know, he was real big on the, you know, he's like Pan. He's everything. You know, like.
Yeah. He's everything.
But the Flash. Ooh, you know,
Yeah.
not anymore.
Right.
It's like there's a curse around the Flash if you think about it, man. Like,
Well, people need to take note, man. Just because you get a role like that, you're not. You can
Don't
still
mean
get canceled, dude. Like,
you can't show your ass.
well, no, I mean, if you think about it, there's only been several times that the Flash has made like live action appearances up until very recently with the CW show and
that's pretty normal,
you know,
right?
yeah, but no, but there's like an irony though, because even though the Flash on the CW has been around for a few years now, the ratings on it have just hit the tank. A lot of criticism on the writing. I think they've announced a finale to it. I think they're rounding that show out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, to
I
be
mean,
fair,
Been on a while.
I
how
did
many?
drop off from it though, and I hate that I did because I enjoyed season one was great. It was CW quality. You know, if the way I put it with CW shows is like if you can sit through an episode of Doctor Who, CW shows are fine.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, Trev. Like, how many speedster villains can he go up against?
Well, you're right. There's not like there's a
Hold
one
there for
trick
a
pony
while.
that like when it comes to visual stuff, the Flash is a one trick pony. I get that. It's just how fast does he go? Does he go so fast he goes back in time? Does he go so fast he slows down time? Does he go so fast that he beats them up quick?
Yeah, does he
I
bring
get
people back
that.
from the dead? Does he?
But that's where good writing needs to be taken hold of. And you know how a complaint with Superman is that you always see more Clark Kent than you do Superman.
Yeah.
And one argues that it's because Clark Kent's the secret identity and like he's the one trying like Superman's trying to be human, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And whatever, I can accept that. And as long as it's a well written story, I'm cool with that. The same thing applies with the Flash. You have to flesh out Barry Allen more than just, he's gonna fight a gorilla on this episode. Let's make him run real quick and make a vortex. That's the way he'll do it. Like
Yeah.
like lead up to that and that'd be good, but like it's his personal life. And that's where CW's Flash kind of tanks because it's not that it's bad, it's that the CW is geared towards the high school audience.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of youth drama, like with relationships and everything. And I think that those things can still be explored, but with like more complexity, have it to where not only the teen audience is intrigued, but the adult, the more older audiences can watch it and not feel like it's being dumbed down in any way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But Uncharted, what are you going to give it?
Half star.
I'll give it a half.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's a star and a half.
Like I said, man, didn't hate it. They had good chemistry.
It's definitely a good rainy day or a heat wave movie, regardless of your current standing.
Yeah.
So it's a good movie to ride out while you got some time to kill, but
it's worth the watch.
Throw it on the pile, but don't let it take the place of anything you're really excited for.
I think it's going to do gangbusters when they put it on like DirecTV.
You think it'll pick up a following then?
Yeah, because they're not going to have to cut a lot out because it was pretty family friendly.
Yeah, even the Antonio Banderas' death scene was very like all you saw was literally a red line and a 2-inch trickle of blood on a slit throat.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, PG-13.
So, yeah. So they're not going to have to cut a lot out. There's enough stuff that they can cut the movie down to make it a 2-hour movie with commercials.
Mm-hmm.
This will be it's going to be one of those movies where when it does its big premiere on TV, it's going to play every fucking weekend or every other day.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely 10 o'clock movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So I see it gaining a huge following on that for for the older audience that still actually has cable or satellite, whatever they have, that's going to garner a following because it's like, oh, this is like Indiana
Little
Jones, but
action
like,
movie.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it's like
exactly.
it's a mishmash of everything. Romancing the Stone, Indiana Jones, fucking what's it, Tomb Raider, National Treasure. Like it's it's trying to be all those movies at once.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And I hate if that sounds like complete heresy to the people. That's the
That's
thing.
what it is.
I would like to see more analysis of people talking about it from the game because that's something about this too that I noticed. I didn't see a lot of headlines where when it came out where there were people who were like breaking down like why the movie sucked or why it was great in comparison to the game version. Like there wasn't a lot of that, and normally a video game adapted film kind of gets that sort of attention for a few months.
Yeah. Well, and like Corey broke it down, you know, he's like, this is why I didn't like it. He's like, because they're, you know, them being like related or like descendants of,
They barely brushed over it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a
exactly.
big part of the game.
So they're looking for like the fortune that
So,
their
so
ancestor had.
Holland is the descendant of Magellan.
No,
No, the other guy. Antonio
no,
Banderas' son.
no. Holland is the descendant of this of this. I don't know who he is, but it's some Drake, like a Lord Drake or something like that.
So it's a lot of this movie's. I mean, I don't mean to jump the shark with this, but it's so essentially this story is two families, like a lineage that's kind of been building up to something like this happening.
He
again.
mentioned his name too. Whenever he first comes over to dude's house,
yeah,
he said the name something. He was like, "Oh, you have this from so and so."
Yeah.
So he said the name, and then that was just it. It was like that's it.
Yeah. So, and what Corey explained was like in the games, what ends up happening is they're looking for Drake's fortune, which is I think the name of one of the games actually. And in the process of looking for this fortune, they stumble across these other artifacts from the past. For example, Magellan's fucking notebook and like all that stuff. And they kind of get sidetracked with that going on. And in the process, they continue to get more clues about their families, you know, everything that's going on with their family, like their lineage, I guess you'd say. So it's one of those situations where like in the game you build like they find the Magellan stuff, they figure out that the Magellan stuff is linked to their family stuff. So they need to figure out the Magellan stuff so that they can get another clue for their family stuff and then move on to the next game where they're looking for their family stuff and you know and that's
this
how the
one they
game
just
is
had
kind of playing out.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have been a show.
I know kind of like with Tomb Raider, the fandom for this game is like they love it. It's either people didn't play them or people played them and was like, "You've got to play the Uncharted series."
Yeah.
It's at least that's always been my interaction with people.
Yeah.
And it made its money back. I see the budget was 120 and it made over 400 million. So
I mean, they may give it a sequel.
And it came out in February, and you can already get it on like it's online, like Prime Video, Apple TV.
Yeah.
It's $5 across the board, which is pretty cheap since it came out then. But they got their money.
Wouldn't it have made more sense if they would have made 6 to 8 episodes
show, man, and then like flesh that out, like have them acquire it. Like, dude, at the end of the movie, he finally gets his gun holsters. Because doesn't the guy have those holsters in every game?
Yeah.
All the posters I've seen. When he picks it up and puts it on, it's like acquired the gun holster.
Yeah, it says like I even I saw that and was like, oh, that's the
that's
dude,
I've never played the game. But I knew that the guy on the beach was probably the guy that did the fucking voice for the. He was like, I've done stuff like that before.
I was about to say that.
It definitely was. I looked it up and was like, it is him.
That I was like, that's a
cameo,
man.
you know.
Like that's
He was like, oh, okay, but
no, wasn't Nathan Fillion fan casted for this movie at one point?
He did a short film. a concept that is better than this film. It's 15 minutes long. If you ever get a chance, check it out, Trav, because it is really good.
Well, the guy's a good actor. I
Yeah.
have my thoughts on Firefly, but for the most part, everything I've ever seen him in, he's good.
Yeah. So,
But they were setting it
but I
up
mean,
for another one and possibly another one. But that's the thing is, someone came along probably like Prometheus, dude. They were like, "Why do you have everything in one script?" No,
yeah,
man,
let's break
spread
it
it
up.
out. Like
Yeah.
you want to do 3 movies. It's like, yeah, but the first one's got to be good.
Yeah,
Like,
we got to bring people
I
back.
mean, show
Yeah,
would have been better, dude.
for sure.
Like on HBO or something. Like,
Yeah.
Well, absolutely, and I think the glaring flaw that this movie has is the same. It's the same thing all
less than 2
popcorn
hours.
adventure movies has. Not only that, but because of its runtime, everything just miraculously is perfect.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, they got the keys perfect.
yeah,
They work perfectly. Like they figured, like the part, like you're saying,
yeah,
that's why we got the damn scene where they touch tips, dude.
yeah. When I saw
Like,
that, I was like,
look,
fuck that.
everything was
He didn't just
perfect,
figure that out.
and and
He
I
just
know that
happened to
it's
bring the
just a
postcards with him. Everything was perfect, instead of having
Yeah.
episodes to build. And
Yeah.
well, it could have been scenes added that help develop the relationship between Nathan and
oh,
his
there was
brother.
definitely more footage.
There
There's
could
no
have
way they
been
only
like
shot an hour and 56 minutes. Some shit
No.
was cut. I think more Antonio Banderas was cut because that just felt rushed.
Yeah.
I would like yeah, there
Like, what
has
the
to at
fuck was
least be
going on at that place where his
a
office
two
was
and a
at?
half to
It was
three
like a
hour
fucking
movie, you know?
some kind
It was a
of
dig
dig,
site.
man. Yeah, and it was like, why is your office a fucking, a dig site? Like, what are y'all digging up
Yeah.
here? Like, what's
Godzilla's
happening?
bones. Yeah.
Uh, the set pieces we got were interesting, but
It was a cool office.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a star and a half. I mean, it
oh,
is.
that wasn't a dig site though, guys. That was where he played Warhammer.
Oh, he's on that level.
Yeah, that's
Holy shit.
that's his game board. That's not his.
Oh, goddamn.
You will
Who's these
lick the
guys
sheet
out
off
here?
my
Oh,
boot deal.
yeah. Oh, they're just moving the pieces around. You know?
That's my Space Wolves.
What about fucking Obi-Wan? Obi-Schwan.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about it too.
Yeah, it was on Wednesday. Let's see. Um, she got the girl back, didn't she? Is that what
They
happened in
go
that one?
to that base on that water moon.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sorry. I am caught up. Man.
Oh yeah, you caught up. It was just last Wednesday.
Well, I think we just explained that episode, sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we saw Vader force choke the shit out of Reva.
Yeah.
Third
So
time.
there's a theory that Corey was talking about
Yeah.
where and you guys might have talked about it at work, I don't know, but he was saying that like, all those there was that tomb, right? That crypt with
Yeah.
like all the Jedis and shit. And he was saying something that like if their bodies are still intact, they're still somewhat force sensitive and give off like
Like a big old force
forciness.
antenna.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I'm like, well, that fucking building is designed almost like a
Yeah.
fucking
No
an
trees
antenna. You
around.
know
It's
what I mean?
just water. Like
Yeah, and it's like, and they said that Vader's in that sector, but he wasn't there whenever they were getting ready to go and rescue the girl. I mean, that would be fucking nutty if that's exactly what that shit was.
yeah. Kind of makes
Like,
sense.
because I would have never thought that we would have got like the end of the last season of Dexter in Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I mean, at the same time, I feel like that it could have been like it could be it could be more nefarious.
Their
Oh
trophies.
yeah.
Well, not just that. I mean, he could be channeling that force energy,
Yeah.
but it could be used towards something that he's trying to do to
Oh
get
yeah, he's
Padme
using.
back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh.
Because
Okay. Let's.
remember, because
They,
that's an underlying subplot of Vader that people tend to forget, man, is that he's still trying to pull that shit off, man.
Yeah.
yeah, because didn't the Emperor tell him that one of the Sith was able to bring the dead back, right?
Yeah, the whole Plagueis
Yeah.
thing.
So I mean, that would be
Now,
fucking nutty, dude.
yeah, because there's been several other medium that kind of brush on it. One of them is a VR game. I thought, or that I think it's Vader Immortal is what it's called. There's a sequence where your character's ducked behind, like kind of like eavesdropping on Vader, and
Mhm.
you're on Mustafar, and he's talking to this, or he's communicating with this relic, and it gets touched on as well in the comic book. It's actually why Vader's fortress is where it's at. It's over an old Sith ritual site, and there's a sequence in the game where Vader's communing with this like spirit or whatever, and you hear Padme talking to him. And then it
Yeah.
abruptly goes away. Vader gets pissed, and you're like, "Oh shit! I hope they ain't caught me." I've never played it, but I've seen little bits there.
Yeah.
But it does get brought up in the comic book as well, and that's something that hasn't been downright spoken in live action yet, and that's something I've been interested as to whether or not they're going to do in Kenobi.
I mean, and if they set something like that up or do something like that, I mean, first of all, are they going to be able to elaborate on it? Like, what would they need to do? And I guess they could do it with the Andor series, but like, I want more of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to know the shady shit that Vader was trying to do. Give me
And
more of that.
yeah, and another thing too that actively happens is Vader's not necessarily just a product of the dark side and the Sith. He's pure. He's gone. Like you would consider him more or less chaotic evil at this point
Yeah,
because in the comic run from Marvel, he is just straight up fighting other Sith, like slaughtering other ones, like to actually gain access to one of the chambers where he builds his fortress on. He has to fight another Sith and kill it.
yeah,
So so he's just like they make him a far more aggressive character, and it's going to be interesting, seeing because this is a 10-year invader. He's been Darth Vader for 10 fucking years at this point. So he's at the height of his his abilities. I
yeah.
mean, he's as far as a Jedi, he's a master, whatever. I can't remember the meme, but I mean, he's the fucking top. He's the top predator in the fucking galaxy at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm still a large advocate that we're gonna see an on screen display of that. Like there's gonna be another hallway sequence at some point, and it's gonna be him taking out inquisitors, his subordinates. Like he's just gonna just kill them all and just wipe the board clean and start from scratch.
The
Yeah.
fucking sliding door
Or
is gonna open and it's gonna be like killing in the
or
name of.
or what would be badass and totally Vader-esque in my opinion would be he just kills them all and he's just finally with himself with if you want something done right, do it yourself.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll just fucking I'll find every goddamn one of them, or I'll.
Yeah. But it was a good episode, though. I mean, we see, Obi-Wan kind of coming back in with the Force a little bit more, being able to do a little bit more. Like him holding that water back
Oh yeah,
was
that was
pretty
cool.
Mhm.
fucking cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a theory on Obi-Wan. I don't think he's ever gonna get back like one with the Force.
He don't want to.
Yeah, like I don't think that's gonna happen. I think when it does happen, it's when we're getting closer to like old man, maybe a flash forward at the end of the show or something,
Yeah.
where it's like, he's starting to become Alec Guinness age and everything. And you have it to where when he becomes one with the force, it's when he learns to commune. And they're like, man, he's like, I'm just tired of it. And
Yeah.
he's like, and maybe Qui-Gon's the one that tells him, hey, you're gonna have to die at Vader's hands, or this is where it's headed, and this is the choice you got.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a one night stand with him, right? With the Force. It's like him and the Force hooked up one time. They had a really good relationship, right?
For a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, like a really good relationship. And then now that he's like, I got to cut the Force off. It's fucking ruining my life. That bitch took my fucking house and the kids
Yeah.
and the car and left. And I didn't even get to keep the dog. I had to cut my own bro's legs and arm off because
Oh, great.
I had the fucking high ground.
No, man, you gotta look at it this way, man. It's not so one sided, man. It's like all crazy relationships. They were both in the wrong.
Well, but then he's like, he
Hey,
finds out.
he should have never fucked Princess Satine, dude. That's
Wow.
the answer there. He should have
Wow.
left that bitch alone on Mandalore, bro. And he
Well,
did, but not before getting some of that, you know,
some of that.
Mandalorian.
This is the way.
Some of that way, yeah, some of that
Yeah.
way. That'll be the right way to call it.
Yeah. And then 10 years later, here the Force comes around again. And guess what? Child support, bitch.
Alimony.
There's a 10-year-old that's coming up missing.
Does
I
he
have
even know that's
needs. I
his
have a
kid?
lifestyle to
Does he
upend.
know?
Vader?
Yeah, that they're using his
No.
kid as
No.
bait. Now, because what if he finds that out and that pisses him off? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
how
and
could
here,
he
yeah,
not
this
know? How could he not
and that
sense that that's
yeah,
his
that's what I'm
kid?
saying. That's a
Weird, right?
glaring thing as well. You
Yeah.
would think he would be powerful enough and remembers a lot of how the Jedi, conduct themselves. Clearly, he had to know about midichlorians. I
Yeah.
know nobody likes to talk about that in Star Wars, but it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's there. It's canon. But you would think Vader would be able to sense the midichlorians in,
Something.
Yeah.
Leia.
But maybe they'll brush on that though. Like they need to because
Might be why he gets pissed.
I was
Use my
thinking the
fucking
same thing
kid,
too. Yeah.
bitch.
I mean, and that makes sense as to why they like destroy that fucking planet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Which was
well,
depressing to see that in those episodes, how like
yeah,
awesome that planet looked and everything.
yeah. So
2 more
I got a
left.
little bit of yeah. I mean, I'm ready for it, man. It's been pretty good so far. Kids have been doing a pretty good job. So, we got a little bit of movie news here. Jared Leto is keeping the door open for Morbius and Joker
That
returns.
he is.
So Leto has spent some time in the comic book movie world, both with Marvel and DC, but it's currently unclear if we'll see him back in either of those roles. He notably appeared as the Joker in David Ayer's Suicide Squad, which was originally intended to spawn a spin-off movie focusing on Leto's Joker and Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Seemingly, those plans were scrapped when Suicide Squad met with negative reviews and failed to meet box office expectations. Of course, he was given the opportunity to reprise that role, and thanks to Zack Snyder, he made an unexpected appearance in Zack Snyder's Justice League, a 4-hour cut with where Warner Brothers execs have since stated that Zack Snyder's Justice League was a one-off. There are no plans to develop any further movies with Snyder, leaving the future of Leto's Joker uncertain. Recently, Leto starred in Morbius, a movie that's a part of Sony's Marvel universe alongside the Venom films and the upcoming Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web. Unfortunately, the film was not met with the same levels of financial success achieved by Venom and its sequel. Its reception with critics was even worse, garnering some very bad reviews for the Marvel based feature. That would seem to put the kibosh on the potentiality of Morbius 2 happening anytime soon. As it stands, the odds don't seem very high that Jared Leto will soon be back on the big screen as the Joker or as Morbius, but Leto has not written off the idea of reprising either of those roles, even if no plans are in place for that to happen. So in a recent interview, this is what he said. Well, I didn't really know too much about the script, to be honest. Just heard they were writing it, and that's about it. They're really inspiring, though. Perhaps Leto may have a better idea than anyone as to whether his return to Joker or Morbius will ever happen. When asked specifically if he would return to either role, Leto said, well, as the odd thing goes, never say never. So
I'll say it. Nah, just
So I actually have a weird theory thinking about this. So I would say, as far as movies, give him a Red Hood movie
mm-hmm,
or a Death in the Family movie
mm-hmm,
where we finally get the full circle on-screen depiction of him killing Jason Todd,
mm-hmm.
or right away to where that movie could be an alternate version. It would explain why Joker looks different at the end of Justice League's of the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
He's not covered in tattoos, none of that shit. Like he just looks like a different version, almost like a variant. And I
Yeah.
hate to borrow Marvel terminology here, but it's the best way to explain it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's that line at the end of Snyder Cut where he tells Batman, how many alternate timelines are you going to create until you just own up and die yourself?
Yeah.
And so that begs the question of, what if we got a movie where we saw Batman branching on the timeline? And maybe the Flash could hint at that.
Yeah.
Because apparently, they obviously set up to where Darkseid and the Anti-Life was going to be the inevitable,
Yeah.
that was gonna be Judgment Day for that universe anyway. But I would say just give him one more movie. I would say give him one more chance.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
Suicide. I mean, you guys. I mean, you guys have posted plenty of articles about the James Ayers. Is that him?
David.
David Ayers. I'm sorry, of David Ayers' supposed extended cut of Suicide Squad, which says it's supposed to flesh the Joker out more.
well, he never got a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just never gave him a fair chance.
I really enjoyed that one over the shoulder cam shot sequence for the end of Snyder Cut. Man, did so much for his character.
Yeah.
Than his entire
Yeah, it was
2 and 3 little
cut all that
appearances.
out.
Yeah, because I think Leto took the role seriously. I think he takes. He's one of those actors that seems to take all. I don't ever feel like he's phoning it in when I watch
He was
a movie.
fucking with people on the movie set, sending them weird shit and stuff.
Well, think about it. Think about his range. Like he goes from like Requiem for a Dream, and then you watch him in Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, Dallas Buyers Club.
I mean, yeah.
Man.
Oh man, that's
It's
a
about
big
time for
one
him
too.
to make another movie like that too, like something a little
But
more.
with that being said, like I don't think his Joker has gotten enough. Like I guess maybe the hype behind someone who's cast as the Joker, because he was the first guy to get the gig since Ledger, right?
Yeah.
This is excluding the animated performances. Not that they're not bad, but as far as like general audiences, way more people are going to be seeing than the DC animated stuff. So I wonder if that had a lot to do with it as well. Like, let's try to play it less is more, so that way we don't have to hear the audience complain if it's not my Joker,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is like I think basically what he's saying here is like, if the money's right, fuck it. Like
Yeah, he'll still
Of
play it.
course he would do it. Yeah, of course he would do it, man. But like, I don't think Morbius is going to
Nah,
happen. I think that the odds of him playing the Joker are way higher than Morbius happening. So,
Yeah.
he might
and
show
like,
up as Morbius in another movie,
yeah, in
but
a
he ain't
different
getting
movie.
another
Yeah,
one.
no,
Well,
no,
well, you have to think of it this way too. I know it bombed terribly, but maybe that cameo could spark his Terminator 2, man. The movie that elevates that franchise from, eh. Well, I hate comparing it to Terminator because T1 was great, but you get what I'm saying. Like when that sequel came out, that just surpasses the original, and it's that diamond in the rough that happens. But when it does, it's like holy shit.
yeah, yeah. But we'll see. I mean,
Next week.
we'll see. Yeah,
Watching
I know.
Banderas.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally.
We'll cover that next week some more. So Idris Elba is back in talks to star as Bond. So after actor Daniel Craig vacated his role as the suave, globe-trotting 007, rumors begin to swirl as to who should replace him. At the moment, bookies still view former Bridgerton hunk Reggae Jean Page as the favorite to put on the tux with the odds of 5-2. Coming into a close second is Henry Cavill at 4-1, Aidan Turner at 8-1, Tom Hardy at 6-1, and Idris Elba at 12-1. However, the word is after scoring favorable and market research, producers are considering Elba for the coveted role of James Bond. In 2019, the 49-year-old Brit admitted that he would love to play Bond. So he said, James Bond is a hugely coveted, iconic, beloved character that takes audiences on this massive escapism journey. Of course, if someone said to me, do you want to play James Bond? I'd be like, yeah. While Elba has expressed interest in playing Bond, he also discussed the prospect of playing a villain in the next film. At the time, the powers that be did not want Elba as a nemesis. Recently, a source spoke to the Sun newspaper and stated, Idris has long been in talks to play a role in the next era of James Bond's story, and last year was being considered for a role as an antagonist. However, talks surrounding him playing the lead have started again as producers realize how popular he would be after carrying out secret market research. He ranked highly among the diverse group of movie buffs invited to participate in it. They didn't want to see him as a nemesis, they wanted to see him as the hero. Earlier this year, James Bond producer Barbara Broccoli even
Whoa.
confirmed that yeah, confirmed that the Luther star had been in the running for the iconic role, stating, we know Idris. I'm friends with him. He's a magnificent actor. He has been part of the conversation, but it's always difficult to have conversations when you have somebody in the seat. Elba, who has been starring in roles in the hit crime drama The Wire and Mandela Long Walk to Freedom, recently finished the feature length film of his crime drama, Luther. His next project is a dark fantasy, 3,000 Years of Longing, set to hit theaters on August 31st, followed by Apple's thriller Hijack, which Elba will produce as well as star in. I still think he's the perfect choice.
Absolutely.
I think I think you could cast him in either side. But
Or both.
here's the thing. If you cast him as a villain, you've gotta cash in on the fact that it's an actor as good as him.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean,
Tom Hardy
build
could
him
play a
from
villain.
the ground up, and let's watch his journey and why he becomes Bond's enemy over the course of several films. Let him be a new Doctor No or something like that,
Right. Yeah.
or have something to where he like have it to where it could be a movie where he's front and center as the bad guy, and then he breaks away for a couple films so writers can write whatever story they want for the next installments that get hired.
Yeah.
But have it to where it's like, no, like this is he's when he's like have it to where when he shows back up, it's a big deal. It's a
Yeah.
big to do.
Yeah.
But as always, like I mean, I'm on board with anyone with everybody else though. I mean, I've never seen a bad role with him.
No.
So yeah,
He always
I
knocks
would,
it out of the park.
and let's be completely honest here. James Bond can go like the only way James Bond can, only place it can go is up at this point, considering how they treated him in No Time to Die.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, we'll. I mean, I'm excited to see if this actually comes to fruition. I mean, I think Henry Cavill would be a great Bond. I think that Tom Hardy could possibly be a great Bond, but like nobody, like none of those guys. Don't get me wrong, I love those guys. I love those actors. Everybody that they talked about, but nobody drips swagger like
No.
Idris Elba does. You know what I'm
You
saying?
could always have those guys a little later too.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Cavill's
I
about to put the
mean,
cape back on, so
yeah.
or
So
or I mean, dude, have him be the new M.
yeah. So. But yeah, I mean, whatever they decide to do, I mean, it's going to be what 5 years before we get
it'll be
another
a minute.
Bond flick. So
Oh
it
yeah,
got
they're gonna let No Time to Die fucking
die.
Let that let
die.
that whole
Yeah,
God,
run of movies
yeah,
simmer.
yeah, right.
I hate that I'm so far into the James Bond collection now that I'm gonna have to have a copy of that piece of shit on my shelf.
You can just like
Like Bill
take the
said.
disc out and throw it in the yard. Yeah, yeah, right.
Dude, pick any of what you would consider the most boring of the older era Bond films, and that's a better fucking movie than No Time to Die.
Yeah, but we'll see if they come back strong with the next flick, though. You know, Halloween Ends is not necessarily the end of Michael Myers. So the
And in
upcoming.
other news, water is wet. I
I
mean,
know. I know, and that's that. I'm not going to hit on this whole article, but I'm just going to hit a couple of things here. So, the upcoming horror sequel, Halloween Ends, will not necessarily be the end of infamous killer Michael Myers. While you would be forgiven for thinking that Halloween Ends is well the end. Bloomhouse production CEO and producer Jason Bloom revealed that Mike Myers could wreak havoc once again following the release of the Legacy Trilogy finale. I didn't say it's going to be the last Halloween movie. It's our last Halloween movie. We have no
yeah.
more rights to make any more Halloween. So it goes back to uh, Malik Akkad. I can't never pronounce that dude's name. And when he does, he only he knows, but we are done. This is our last one, and I think people will be very happy. So the rights are going to go back to Malik here. And I mean, if somebody else comes along that wants to make a Halloween movie, I mean, I'm sure
Well,
that he'll be
Oh,
like
well,
I'm
it's
money.
with
sure.
it. Well,
Yeah.
with it being the end of the Legacy trilogy, um, pretty sure
Time for a reboot.
they're both gonna die. I mean, I think
Oh,
that's what's
somebody's
gonna
getting fucked
happen.
up.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna kill each other, and that's gonna be the end of that story. And we're gonna. I mean, it seemed like it was something probably everybody was aware of. Like they're gonna end this story, and then we're gonna get a new one,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be a whole new
a little bit
take,
different. At least you got
and
Yeah.
this
that's
one though. If that
fine.
one's bad,
That's the
Yeah.
you know.
beauty of these old school slasher series now is that now they can be interpreted as many ways and as many times as you want, and nobody's gonna be like, oh well, how do you follow? Like
Yeah.
it's these. I mean, it's the movies aren't necessarily rocket science. They're gonna set themselves up for what you're gonna expect 15 minutes in
Yeah.
and go from there.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's like you said, in other news, water's wet. Of course, they're going to do something like this. You know what I mean? So, they're working on Duke Nukem movie, and they want to cast. Fans are calling for John Cena to be cast as Duke Nukem.
Yes,
Absolutely,
yes.
Yeah,
dude. I didn't know I
After
needed
watching The
that.
Peacemaker, yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
He could pull it. I mean, he could pull it off. I
Oh
think
yeah,
he's got the physique,
and the comedic
yeah,
timing.
the
yeah,
fucking chops. Like, yeah, dude. Like he just throw him in the fucking suit already. Crop his
yeah,
hair.
yeah. So it says here that a quick peek at social media in response to Duke Nukem movie news will reveal countless comments from fans calling for Cena to get the part. This is not new, as there has been several false starts in the past of a Duke Nukem movie happening, and Cena has long been a fan favorite contender for the role. It has been reported. It had been reported in 2018 that Cena would be playing the video game character in a movie produced by Paramount, but that version of the project did not make it out of development hell. But that clearly hasn't stopped Cena's fans from advocating for him to get the role once again. So Duke Nukem is being worked on by the creators of Cobra Kai.
Dude,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm
So
down.
so that's who's working on the flick right now, or
I was gonna
trying to get the
say
flick going.
I was gonna say Cena needs to sit down with James Gunn and have a let's have one more mission
Yeah,
and pull because like Gunn could write a Duke
It was
Nukem
so
movie and I
fucking
think
good.
it would be great, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm okay because here's the thing about the guys that did Cobra Kai. They were fans of like hardcore fans of Karate Kid. Like that shows a labor of love to them.
Yeah.
They wouldn't touch something unless they gave a shit about it, I think. And I feel like this movie would be a labor of love. Like they probably played Duke Nukem as a kid.
Oh yeah, for sure, right. And I mean, Duke Nukem was inspired by the Almighty Bruce. So you know what I'm saying? I think that if anybody could pull off that Campbell timing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since he's on
Yeah.
up in his age, it would definitely be someone like Cena. Like he's got the look, he's got the he's got the charisma, the attitude, he's got the one-liners. Because that was the thing, like Duke Nukem 3D, like all those games where he actually had voice lines, it was like the cheesiest shit
Yeah.
on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to me that was the beauty of Peacemaker is that it showed how delivery is fucking
He
everything.
was so
Yeah.
serious with that cheese, dude.
Yeah,
And it just
exactly.
And
worked.
that's
So,
and to me that's a hard thing to pull off as an actor.
yeah. So
Dude's
let
already
him do it,
built
man.
like Duke Nukem, man.
Like being
Yeah.
funny without being funny seems like a very tall order.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really hope it gets out of development hell because I think if there's one like cheesy, like good action flick, based on a IP, that's it. Like
Yeah.
that's run with that. We're not going to get a Doom movie for a while, I'm sure. We're not going to get, Wolfenstein movie, even though that would be cool. Like, go with Duke Nukem. That's the safe bet. It's him fighting fucking alien pigmen.
He's already
Like,
proved it'll work with Peacemaker
yeah,
with him. So the
exactly.
more
So
over the
let's,
top, the better.
yeah, exactly. So, Taika Waititi gives update on his upcoming Star Wars flick. So the director recently spoke with Screen Rant, providing updates on his upcoming Star Wars movie and how it may differ from previous entries in the franchise. This is yet to be seen. I don't know. I'm still writing. I'm still coming up with the ideas and storylining it and just wanting to make sure that it feels like a Star Wars film because I could say, oh, yeah, we'll write any old thing and set it in space, then put Star Wars on the front. But it wouldn't be a Star Wars film without certain elements of a certain treatment. So I've just got to make sure that it stays within that wheelhouse. It seems the director will be handling the property with care, taking his time writing the story to ensure it fits within the already established universe. So it's good. Like, I love when they interview this dude because, like, he's goofy, right?
Yeah.
The stuff that he writes most of the time is goofy, except for like some of the Jojo Rabbit stuff was heavy. But he's done enough to show that he can do serious, he can do comedy, he can make
Action.
things goofy.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. And I think that like if he's looking at it from this approach as opposed to being like, oh, we've got Star Wars, let's just have fucking fun, or not let's have fun, but let's just throw something together and see where it lands and all this stuff. Like It gives me a lot of hope. And whenever they announce him to do a project, it gave me hope for it then too. But like, just seeing that extra care that he's putting into it,
Yeah.
it just makes it makes me that much more excited for it.
I'd seen
And who
something
knows?
on Twitter where when he was doing some interview about Star Wars, he was like, everybody knows the main Skywalker line, the
Yeah,
that's Star Wars, but he's like, it'd be nice to explore. There's other stuff too that's going on. Like, doesn't have to be in that main vein,
yeah,
which is,
right.
kind of what we've been hoping. Like, they've branched off with like Boba Fett and
Yeah,
Mandalorian, and
yeah.
we're getting some better stuff. So it's like, I can't wait to see what he's going to do. It'll be
I
good.
know, man.
I already know.
Whatever he does, they're gonna take it to the nth degree and make it something just fascinating. Last up here, Joker 2, Lady Gaga in early talks to join Joaquin Phoenix, and Todd Phillips in a musical sequel, Trav. So Lady Gaga is in early talks to star opposite Joaquin Phoenix and director Todd Phillips' sequel to The Joker, the Oscar-winning $1 billion grossing 2019 Warner Brothers hit based on DC villain. Phillips has been writing the script with Joker co-writer Scott Silver for some time and has finally shown it to the studio. Last week, Phillips revealed on social media that the title of the new project, Joker Folie à Deux, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's French, right?
Mm-hmm.
Referencing a medical term for an identical or similar mental disorder that affects two or more individuals, usually members of the same family. And while the same social media post showed Phoenix reading the script, the actor's involvement is not exactly a fait accompli yet. Sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that Warner's has yet to close a deal with the actor, with the two sides deep into it. Enter Gaga. Details on her character are being kept under wraps, but Joker is known for his on-off abusive relationship with Harley Quinn, his psychiatrist at the Arkham Asylum Mental Institution who falls in love with him and becomes his sidekick and partner in crime. It is unclear whether Phillips and company are using other DC characters or striking out on their own, as they did in many instances with the first movie. If a deal makes Gaga would play Harley Quinn, this new Quinn exists in a different DC universe than Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, who most recently appeared in the 2021 Suicide Squad, as well as several other films. But wait, that's not all. Sources say it's also a musical. When Warner's first made Joker, it was far from a sure thing, a dark and moody character piece. The project was a taxi driver meets king of comedy descent into madness set in the late 70s, decaying city. Commercial prospects were deemed nominal, and it was only budgeted at $60 million. By the time it was released on October 2019, Joker was riding a wave of adulation from the fall film festivals, which helped propel the movie into a record-breaking opening weekend, with box office analysts changing their prediction every day. It ended its theatrical run at number 4 highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time. It then earned 11 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture and 1 Best Actor. Phillips previously produced A Star Is Born, the 2018 remake that starred Joker producer Bradley Cooper and Gaga.
Yeah, she's proved herself as an actor.
I will admit that's the A Star Is Born film, while not my cup of tea, is a good movie.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it, but
I
I've
watched
seen
it. I watched it with the lady, and I mean, it's about the kind of film you would think it is. Like, you kind of figure it out about not what happens at the end, but like just the tone of the film.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
maintains it the whole way through. So,
Right.
but it's the performances are good. Cooper and Gaga both do really good.
I mean, musical though, Trav. What do you think?
I mean,
I think by that
Remember,
though they mean
I
like I
think
don't think it's gonna be a
it's
full blown. There's gonna be like musical numbers, kind of like
that's yeah.
Elton John movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I kind of picture that, like,
yeah, like there'll be
'cause he's
moments
crazy,
where yeah.
and that sounds
Well,
great.
um, I mean, who knows really? Like it's
You think they'll
the
do Folsom
concept
Prison Blues?
the
Oh yeah,
concept of like the idea sounds really fucking nutty, man. Because
yeah,
I think if they're gonna do stuff where you're seeing his thought process on screen, or you know,
yeah,
Well, like all those
yeah,
scenes with him and the chick that never happened in the movie, like that
yeah,
was all like in his head.
yeah.
So
Well, and it's interesting that okay, they named the title of the film that, and it's based off a medical term, this, that, and the other. Kind of makes sense more or less as to why she would be playing Harley Quinn.
hmm
But also at the same time, it's one of those. It's very interesting because like remember that episode of Scrubs where that chick had that brain tumor or
yep,
whatever, and everybody was singing.
the
So
musical.
yes, yeah. So imagine something like that happening
hmm
where because of what's going on with him, maybe they try to like give him a lobotomy or
Yeah,
something like that.
medicine. He's not laughing.
Yeah,
He's doing this other shit now. It's like,
yeah,
or
and
perhaps maybe when he's on screen with Gaga, like it's the musical whenever she's around him.
because that's how he's feeling. Like,
Yeah, like
yeah, I could see
it
that.
sounds interesting.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm interested.
I I wait more
Well, now we
information.
see if Joaquin agrees, if he signs on, because like, if he thinks it's gonna be shit, dude, he just won't do it. You know, they
yeah,
ended up like
exactly.
the Joker movie that they went in to make wasn't the movie we got, because like, remember we were reading articles like they were meeting in the trailers,
Yeah,
working on the
rewriting
script,
on the
changing the
fly.
movie,
Yeah,
just molding it as they were going along. Like, you know, he had to be a big part of that.
yeah,
I've even seen the clips where he's like trying to get into character, and he's like, I think I would do it. You know, he's all getting all weird with it, a
yeah,
little method, but he might do it to
yeah,
the madness, dude. Sounds cool to me.
yeah. So I'm interested. Like, whenever I hear that news, it doesn't make me go like, ugh. It makes me go like,
Yeah, it's a
you
good way
know?
to build off that other one, like,
Well,
because it's
it's
like, where's that gonna
interesting to
go?
see where, yeah, like
You
where
know?
exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, because it ends with basically he just causes a riot,
hmm
and we're left with that.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, you know?
Maybe they'll do like a little tip of the hat. Remember when the Joker did the song in the Batman movie? The
Yeah.
like real
Oh my
80s.
god. Yeah.
Yeah.
They get
Oh,
the
Little tip
rights
of
to
the
fucking
that
hat to that, you
oh,
know?
he
that Prince
does.
song.
It was a Prince
He
song,
fucking
right?
does party man,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they had a little tip of the hat to that. But you know, Joker's done music before.
Yeah. So but yeah, that's all the fucking movie news, man, that I saw that was
Funkiest man you've ever seen. Anyway,
Yeah. I seen.
tell you what his
I'm sure at the
name is.
time, dude, it was the tits, cause you know, 80s.
Well, when dude goes to hit that paint and he
But
stops. He goes, whoa, 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 whoa! I kind of like this
yeah,
one.
we didn't have
a
a lot of
fucking
trailers. We had more video game trailers than actual trailers, guys.
yeah,
Oh
they were
yeah,
Big time.
it wasn't. It was E3, not
Yeah, they
E3.
had
You
like
know.
Bethesda
yeah,
trailers and all kinds of fucking Xbox. Like, I think it was all Microsoft shit, right?
yeah, I think so.
But I found a few. Oh, we finally got a little Black Adam teaser.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
to see that, and I put the Nope trailer.
Ooh,
Kind of
okay. I'm
interested to.
excited
Yeah,
for that. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck is happening, you know?
this movie's called Boo Bitch. I had to just off the title alone. I don't know what it's about.
It's Netflix, dude.
It's called Boo Bitch.
All right, get out the way.
Boo Bitch. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah.
It's the end of the school year, so we're gonna party movie.
They made several of these movies, right?
Could have come up with a better name. So she's a ghost?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
They are
Yeah.
a thing. Okay. So she's like a famous ghost? I don't know if she's really dead or she's there. Like, yeah, the name fits it.
Yeah.
Not not the demographic.
Yeah, I've already moved on. I don't need to see that tagline at the end.
If you're, it's like one of those date comedies. You'd see some youngins go on a date to watch.
Yeah. We're going to watch Babbage. It's a series
I
too,
mean,
you know, like
you don't watch the movie, you know.
Yeah, is this fucking Rocket Man?
Yeah, this is
He
Rocket
looks a
Man.
little different. Like
And
lost
it's
some weight in
gonna
his face. Like,
This is got Ray Liotta in it.
oh, okay. Can't leave a
Oh.
comment. I hope that's a good thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
We'll see.
It's got 4 million views, so
Is this Leota's last outing?
no, he was filming something
Well, he
whenever he
died, but
passed. Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
Okay. I'm real yellow.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. What's this guy's name? Hedwin? Edward?
Taron
Taron, that's it.
Taron Egerton.
Egerton, that's it. Change it, you know?
Yeah.
I would like to see him do something though. He kind of proved himself with that. It's pretty serious.
It's the dude.
It is him. From I, Tanya.
Yeah.
They're like, we want you to make real good friends with him. He's like, I got you. I've done butt stuff before. Got my attention. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the voice. Creepy.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch it.
Oh.
You know, you could be in danger.
They're like, when he came in to read, they're like, you got any voices? He was like, boy, do I.
Yeah.
You could eat the sausage, but order pepperoni.
crawl space. He's trapped, terrified.
In the crawl space.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
See you at the crawl space.
Crawl space. 3, 2, 1, play. He's repiping her, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
Give me the money, Lebowski.
So he's in the crawl space watching all this play out. Is his truck not parked outside?
I know, right?
Damn. Oh, now he's gonna bring them into his territory. It's like Home Alone. There's spider webs. I mean, y'all can have it. I mean, he ain't going to leave alive. That ain't happening. They're not gonna let that happen. Oh, dude, it's Home Alone.
Yeah.
I mean, look, dude. There's 2 of you and 1 of him. He does not have a gun. What are you doing? You go down there and you kill that guy, you know? He doesn't have a gun.
I'm a plumber. I deal with pieces of shit all day long.
It is a pretty good tagline. Like,
yeah. Oh my God.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You pieces
So,
of shit.
So are they remaking Troll?
This is a foreign.
Oh.
I'm interested. By saying it's foreign, I'm already interested, you know?
I guess Norwegian. Yeah, it says here they're in Norway. Let's check it out. All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Damn.
God damn.
Mm-mm. Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, dude.
CG looks good.
It does.
That's a teaser right there. Holy shit.
Teaser, like.
Yeah. I'm down.
It did look cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we get a little. This is also a teaser, so.
Well, monsters
it ain't
action.
much, but dude, what's her name? Sherry Moon.
Yeah.
She looks like the chick. Like when you see her in this, she really looks like her.
Yeah.
Like this may have been. I
I'm
hope she
ready
does
for
the
this.
voice right.
I remember watching the Monster
I love
reruns as a kid, man, when it'd come on Nick at Night.
Yeah, I was a Monsters dude over the Addams Family.
I want to see the creature under the stairs.
It's
remember how it raised up, you just see its eyes and it spit fire and it just closed the thing.
Yeah, I actually went back and watched it from the beginning, and if you get like they release like a DVD bundle with everything, later on. They even had some in color. But
that's cool.
in the first episode, there's a different wife, different kid, and it just didn't work out.
I remember.
And when you watch it, it's like, it just ain't popping, man. And as soon as they swapped those 2 out, it was like, let's go. One of the funniest like kind of gags was like the beautiful niece.
Yeah.
They were always like, poor her, like she's so ugly. Right. Always funny, but yeah. It's not a proper trailer, but we get to see a little teaser here. 3, 2, 1, play. He's doing the laugh, I mean, look at her.
Yeah.
Always loved Grandpa. Well, they didn't show the kid. Oh, it's gonna be in color.
I'm interested.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
interested.
I've seen them all, dude. I watched the little movies they made, which are, for the most part, pretty bad. But the
Yeah.
one where they go on vacation,
Yeah.
whoa. But it's like a good bad.
Whoa. Yeah,
It's
yeah, of
like
course. Yeah.
I put that show up there with like, Three Stooges, and there's just those shows growing up that
Yeah, for sure.
I always love Herman Munster.
Yeah.
Goofy bitch. And he's like,
How'd he land that piece,
Yeah. Fucking toting a
Unless,
Hogan, dude.
I mean, if she don't
That
like it, he
iron
can just
rod.
take it off. He can take it off and just put another one on there, dude.
Yeah,
He
stitch
can
me up
just
another one.
yeah.
And he's just laughing always. Like,
I
to be
mean,
that goofy and have that side piece, you got to be toting something.
yeah, right.
And he's got no feeling in it, so he can go all night long,
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
She's like, "Are you good?" And he's like, "Oh, maybe."
Just reply to everything. Black
Black
Adam.
Adam.
This is I think it's 2 minutes, but I
It's an
don't
official.
think we're gonna get to see like a lot of him in it. Well, dude, they
That's
just
fine.
started shooting it not too long ago. See, it says it's coming, and remember, because they were pushing it back because of COVID.
Yeah.
But let's see how he looks. Remember the teaser we got like a year ago? Where
Yeah.
it was just a room, and then he shows up and it cut off. All right, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1, play. Have y'all read any of the source material? Like, is he a
I've
cool
read.
character?
I mean, he's a villain, so
He's a villain of Shazam.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Of course he did. Look, it's the Scorpion King.
What to Vicente, or whatever the hell he says.
Oh, he's got a ship? Who's this dude? Who's this dude?
Oh shit!
Who are these people?
What?
Is that Ant-Man?
That was Adam?
Yeah, and
Dr. Fate?
Was that Ant? That can't be Ant-Man.
And
That ain't even the right
Hawkman.
shit.
That was Adam.
The big thing?
Yeah, he's basically Ant-Man.
Pretty much, yeah.
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 I'm already interested after what I've seen here. He can fly? If you had to compare him to a Marvel character, who would he be?
Black Adam?
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically like Shazam, but
Older?
yeah.
So it's the same shit Shazam has in him?
Same power skill
Oh,
set.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, in order to build up a villain for him, you need someone as strong as him. So
Yeah.
the trailer looks
Yeah,
cool.
this is gonna build up to him and Shazam
yeah.
fighting, you know?
Yeah. I'm interested to see how Brosnan does as Dr.
Yeah.
Fate.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I feel like this is a sleeper movie in that it's gonna be a lot of Rock, obviously. It's gonna be Black Adam's film for sure. But I think there's going to be much more
They're going to
DC
introduce some
characters.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to see more characters than we
That's a
think.
good way to
Yeah.
sneak
to
them
bring
in
in
there.
lesser guys. Yeah, and if the audience reacts to them well, they'll explore it some more because they didn't show it necessarily in the trailer, but like Dr. Fate looks fucking crazy when he's kitted up.
Yeah.
So what kind of
And
power does he have? Like, what is he?
He's basically Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm,
okay. Dr.
Yeah,
Fate. They wasn't very original back in the day, were they? Like,
I mean, you
Huh?
know,
Oh, I mean, it was very heavy handed.
yeah.
we have Dr.
But
Fate.
yeah,
Like, he just, it ain't strange, it's fate. Okay.
yeah. So, and I always liked Doctor Fate as a character because he was like Doctor Strange, but not as trippy.
So he's helping everyone. He knows what to
He,
do. Got a plan.
yeah. I mean, his stuff got trippy, but it wasn't like
Acid trippy, mushroom.
Well, what's cool is they're
yeah,
they're cashing in on his appearance in Injustice, I think.
yeah. That's okay with me.
Yeah, that trailer
So,
looked good, man.
yeah.
Like when they were like Black Adam, it's like okay, but now that you're seeing that there's other people involved, it's like okay.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is, Rock's been he's been pushing the shit out of this movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's his baby.
Yeah. Should have been out by now, but
Yeah.
pandemic. Pandy
Is
happened.
this a Mike Tyson
It's a Mike
movie?
Tyson movie. So it's like a Hulu original. It's not the one with Jamie Foxx.
Is
It's just Mike Tyson.
Is this like his story?
Nah, because Jamie Foxx is doing like he's getting like a Ray bio release, like a real one, that he was like worked on, produced. This is some Hulu show.
Okay.
But I want to hear
If he's got the voice, if he really goes for it, like you don't know nothing
Let's
about the
hear it.
Joe Rogan.
All right, 3,
2, 1.
If you think about it, Mike Tyson's like the Truman Capote that can knock the fucking shit out of you.
Yeah. The Pandy also pushed back Jamie's. But it is happening. And he will turn into Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah.
Like, so you got to be careful with Mike because he didn't just like to beat men up. Oh, you see him chasing a woman there, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that fucking Harvey Keitel?
That's pretty good. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have some fun.
Might be good. Yeah, I'm looking for Harvey Keitel.
If that's not him, it sounded just fucking
It
like
is him.
Fucking knew it, dude.
That's him. Man, he looks rough. Haven't seen him in a while.
Man, he's aged a little bit.
I mean, he was old when Pulp Fiction was made.
Yeah.
Like when Dust Till Dawn, like he was in his 60s, I think.
He's came a long way since
beating off.
Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You don't have a lucky crack pipe?
I'm
I'm so excited for what that Nick Cage movie did. I folded. I couldn't wait, but I'll happily watch it again. Everybody likes Nick Cage smooches. I'm not even going to tell you why that's said, but it's so fucking over the disc. We got some Cranston, dude. Is this what happened to him after
Breaking Bad?
Wins the lottery? He's like, I figured out a way to win the lottery. You buy a ticket every week. Let's check it out. It's a Cranston movie. I just watched Breaking Bad like here recently, about a month ago. I finished it. Watched it
Yeah.
all the way through again. It holds up.
Hell yeah.
Great show. Great show. Like one of the best.
Fuck
It
yeah.
really is. But yeah. 3, 2, 1, play. Breaking Bad is so fucking good. I wish he would do more movies.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him in something like darker. Because, like, look who he's playing.
Yeah.
Look, and it's got him in it. That's Saul's dad
Oh my god. Yeah.
in the show. Mm. So he has figured out how to win the lottery.
Yeah.
So will it register him? Like, Breaking Dad for real.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows the odds.
Fucking
Haven't heard
dad
this song
bod,
in a
dude.
minute. Yeah.
Has been a while. Oh. This does look good, though.
Yeah.
Now they're turning on each other. It's not illegal.
Yeah.
Not illegal. I mean,
I'm interested, you know?
they could shut down the people you're buying the tickets from, but you just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Professional lottery players.
I like
That's what
those
I'm
B
gonna do.
crayons.
Yeah. B I'll let him know next time I talk to
I'm
him.
gonna call them B crayons.
Yeah. We'll say G said he's gonna call you B Krantz. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Damn it, Jesse. It's like
Damn it, G. I'm gonna make sure, but I think this show may have been created by the Futurama dudes. Let me go look.
Says the creator of Brickleberry and Paradise
Oh,
PD.
okay.
Oh, some Daniel Tosh comments.
Yeah.
Isn't he involved with that?
He was
I
on
think
that
so.
Brickleberry
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah,
All right.
it looks like it's one of those. It's an adult cartoon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Let's check it out. 3, 2, 1, play. Like, look at this guy. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Farzar. That was a jet ski. Got some Blore vibes, Black Thor.
Yeah.
Whoa. I like the firmament there. Whoa, that thing was beaten off. That's a rock butthole, dude. I thought it looked like a butthole. You know who that is?
Yeah.
That
It's
shade.
Shake, dude. It's Shake. It's the grandma on fucking Don't Touch the Trim. This looks funny. Whoa. It's not that these still get made. Thank you, Adult Swim. You know?
Yeah.
Is that their Morty? Is he the Rick? Oh. Oh. Whoa, that was dark.
Yeah, dude.
Almost sound like J.K. Simmons. I don't know if that was him, but
That looks
that looks
pretty
funny,
fucking
man.
funny.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
like, he's like, it only shows, was it his mother taking a shower? Is it
Yeah, my
broken?
mother's.
No,
No.
I am. Well,
We got the final Nope trailer, dude, from fucking Peel.
a 3-minute trailer.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited.
This comes out.
Comes out July.
Next month, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready?
Oh yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. I'm glad he brought that dude back.
Yeah.
And her. Damn. This looked like some David Lynch shit already, dude.
Yeah.
The fuck is that? This dude's just hitting the entire bucket list.
Yeah.
Horror movie, Alien. So they're gonna need film. The digital cameras ain't working.
Yeah.
See, he's got film.
What the fuck?
Okay. What a damn good trailer. Look at that thing.
So I feel like I agree. It was a damn good trailer. I feel like this is going to be one of those films where 90% of the movie is just these small clips we just saw.
Yeah.
And then this movie is going to go off the fucking rails at the very end. I think it's going to build up to the dude from Get Out. I think he's going to be abducted and we're going to get a fire in the sky sequence.
Oh, goddamn. Don't tease me.
I feel like that's what this is building to.
And you'll know when you see it, like, dude, if they do the dragging him through the hallway scene, I'm dead. I'm just like, oh, they did it. Because that's one of the best, like, abduction scenes ever.
Yeah.
It's so weird and just, it looks real.
And I feel like Pill does his homework, and I feel like that's a movie he probably dug.
It looks good, man.
So,
it looks strange.
Yeah, man.
It's like War of the Worlds. Take a fucking note out of this book.
Of the movies he's put out, this one seems to be the most intriguing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and each one has got, in my opinion, progressively better.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, in Us, I loved how creepy some of the stuff was done. Like, the whole thing with the TV, like, what has a billion arms and a trillion teeth, and you know, and it was like, oh, it's the blah 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 for life, you know. Just he's good at doing creepy horror.
Well, you saw what he just did here, dude. He just pulled the two leads from those movies. Together from Us and Get Out. That's the chick and that's the dude.
Yeah.
Do you notice a Tarantino?
Oh yeah, well,
mentality.
And now he's like throwing them in the UFO world. It's like, god damn, dude.
Yeah.
And it couldn't come along at a better time because, you know, the government's like, there's UFOs and shit. We don't know. They don't call them UFOs. They call them something with a P in it.
Yeah, pussies.
Yeah, like unidentified flying phenomenons or something. Like, it's like.
I thought the trailer had there was a moment in the trailer where, I guess, like when it starts doing this summer setup, the music shifts and it turns into just straight up E.T. adventure alien music, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool. Like,
I'm excited
to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could tell you could tell he's a fan of all the classics, man.
Well, and what I'm excited for is like after watching Get Out and like because like that was original as fuck.
Yeah.
After seeing Us, like original, like I've never seen anything like that. That's just so I'm excited to see his take on the UFO type, whatever the fuck's happening there, you know? Because he might go straight Anunnaki with it, dude. We don't know. Like, it ain't gonna be Little Gray Man. It'll be something you'll never guess. Like, whoa, what? Like,
I'm calling it now, man. Like, we're gonna get just a lot of really like, what the fuck is that cloud for most of the movie, and then the like just like the trailer, man. We're gonna see
like
the
right there they just straight show it. It was like,
and then I think we're gonna get a POV of it through the main dude, and that's how the movie ends. Obviously, I don't know, but like I feel like that's gonna be the big
just
revelation.
Like the others, it's probably gonna have a fucked up ending.
Yeah,
the other two did.
It'd be crazy if they wipe everyone out, like all the humans.
Well, like in the trailer, he's like everyone's gone.
Yeah,
all the people at the sound stage were just missing. And he's running around out there like.
Yeah. And that shit that was like, they painted your house.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and it looked like somebody put people into a fucking food processor.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Limb grinder, what do they call this thing?
Yeah.
It did look like blood.
It looked like blood and chunks of like bone and shit.
Yeah.
Well, like, it's probably something that's going to tie into like the UFO stories about the mutilated cows and shit.
Yeah, they gotta have somewhere to dump it. It's like an airplane when they dump.
That guy goes, they painted your house.
Yeah. It's a giant frozen piece of poopy. You know?
It's like, all right, Tom Waits.
But yeah. Morbius.
So we finally... is it Morbid time?
Morbid time, dude. There's people all over the internet that's like trying to convince people. He says it's morbid time.
Did you see the other petition?
No.
So they had a petition going on to bring it back in theaters.
Well, it brought it back.
Yeah, but now there's another one.
Well,
And the one that they have up now, they're like, no, really, bring it back because we were all busy that weekend.
it'd be funny if they did it again. The fact that they
God.
fell for the internet's trolling.
Yeah.
Dude, they were trolling. They were just like, Morbius sweep. That was just everywhere. And people would be like, they were like altering the Rotten Tomato score.
Yeah.
Where it was like audience score 1 million. And it was like, and they were like, everybody, really, it's a good movie. It's like, yeah. Now here's the thing, the movie might be all right. I mean, we haven't watched it yet. So
it's a meme that the movie is so bad people are trying to get other people to watch it.
It's something that these people do to Jared Leto. It's something about him where because it was just him. It's Jared Leto, like him holding the head at the fucking award show. Like, he's a weird guy. It was something with Leto, dude. He has a cult.
Yeah,
it's out there. There's a cult
for sure. Yeah.
Oh, there is. They all dress the same. He they go on retreats where you can buy a ticket and go there. Probably like $5,000. You're in this like sweat house with him. It's one of those like huts where it's sweaty. And he's up there like telling you how to live your life and be famous and rich. He does that shit.
He's like a Till Swan.
Yeah, dude. He's the dude in fucking Umbrella Academy.
I've been watching this documentary series with Deidre about her, that Till Swan chick. Are y'all aware of her, who she is?
I might need a refresher there. I don't know.
She's like this. She basically is she exactly like you were saying with Leto. Like she tells people how to live like like a guru.
Yeah,
type
we
thing.
did watch the trailer.
She's got these controversial views where she basically will tell someone, "Why don't you kill yourself?"
Yeah.
If you're here, you're so unhappy. You're not trying to make yourself happy.
Just
you ain't doing anything for
yourself. You're just bringing other people down.
Yeah. Go buy a gun. Like, why haven't you done it already? Like, why aren't you already fucking dead, dude?
Yeah.
And people are like, and the whole documentary is centered around a young lady had actually killed herself because
she didn't do it.
Chick said it. But the thing is, it starts following like her followers and shit, and it's weird, man. Like they hold on to her every word.
She got the gift of gab.
I did a deep a Wikipedia deep dive on her. Apparently, she was the victim of ritualistic abuse for like a decade. So I'm like, what the fuck is that even?
Well, a lot of times, dude, that like I don't want to get into it because there's some stuff behind torturing people to make them better.
Yeah,
there is. They've been doing it for a long time.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Well, like that. Well, the thing is, she's from Utah, like out in that area where there's like a lot of FLDS, I think. So, and that's a whole other weird avenue to jump down. There's a million documentaries about that shit, but but yeah, that's weird. It's weird because I mean, dude, he's always going to like Burning Man and trekking out to the desert.
He's weird, dude.
Doing
as
all
much
that
as I
shit.
like his acting, which makes sense. He's eccentric. It happens.
Well, see, I always chalked it up to is exactly that, Adam.
Yeah.
That it's just him being eccentric, but then it's like, wait, he does
have a
followers.
Yes. They hang on to his every word. They all dress the same. I'll send you photos of
Leto.
Yeah. Yeah. Cult of Leto. Morbius. We're gonna get into the cult next week. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a great actor. Now,
as you guys are saying, man, I guess it's Morbin time.
I think he needs to hang up being some kind of superhero or like, I don't know. Him and comic book movies don't normally mesh too well, other than that clip, which we didn't get to see the Joker movie. So that little clip of him was great, but he does great like drama, serious or a thriller. with the little things. What was it? The little things. Like
Yeah,
he
the
was
little
great.
things, yeah.
Like good actor. We'll see if he can pull it off.
Yeah.
I'm signing this off. The check's on the money.